What is the overall outlook for the financial picture for the state as a whole in terms of taxes? What do you see may happen in that area? And we'll take this past Mesquite. We'll take this to the state as a whole.
And that is what we're dealing with as a state. Is the governor's budget's come out? It's increased the budget over last biennium.
Okay.
So the economic foreman is looking a bit better right now. He increased, I think, school spending and K-12. I think it was close to $300 million for the biennium. He increased some other areas as much as he could, 25 and 30 million on certain things. There's those that will never be happy. It's never enough.
Right.
They want to go back and do the catch up, and you can't do that. It's just because it's been hit hard on the state, it's been hit hard on the private sector harder, I believe. So you can't go continue to tax us right now. We're in a delicate environment. The IP1 right now that was put in by the unions, teachers unions, that's going to have to come up for a vote. Yesterday that was the deadline.
Now say, what is IP?
IP1, that's the proposition vote that will come before the voters.
Okay.
Because it didn't get acted on by the body, voted down or up, so they will put it on the ballot to vote for margins tax.
Business margins tax.
Business margins tax.
Yeah, okay.
And it's, there's only one state that's actually doing it, and they're trying to get out of it right now, Texas. It's not worked out well for them. It's one of the biggest job-killing taxes there is. Do we want to even look at something like that right now in this industry? Things are starting to slightly climb. I'm not seeing it, but I'm hearing it, and it must proves a little bit on the economic side that we're getting a little more revenues in. But do we want to take that chance? That's my spiel is, if people vote for it, they're voting for a chance that we're going to kill business in this state. So, and then you end up with a whole lot less than you plan. And that's kind of the way it worked out with the state of Texas. They were among the leaders, and then when they put that in there, it's kind of changed the ideas and attitudes. But,
yeah.
So that's one of the measures that will be coming for you in the next election, general election. But overall, the governor's increased the budget. I think that's a good thing for us all. We don't know what's going to happen in the next economic forum that's coming up. I think it's just end of April, 1st of May, when they'll discuss and see where we're at and projecting for the next 2 years.
Right.
And if that could actually add more dollars that the governor can use. But there's still measures out there that want to continue to raise taxes no matter what. And so I'm one that will continue to fight them unless it's something we can do some reforms with. I believe in a revenue neutral situation.
Mm-hmm.
If we can get a little and give a little, that's our obligation. There's nobody, I believe, in that building more probably conservative or further right, as you might want to call it, than I am. But I understand that we didn't get in this mess overnight.
Right.
It took us 30, 40 years to get to where we are today. And we've got to take little bites of the apple, work it back out. We've got to work together. And we're actually working together, at least on the Assembly side. I'm excited about it. Colleagues on the other side, it's amazing after this Southern Nevada caucus.
Right.
We're talking to each other and going, wow, we kind of think a lot alike in certain areas, so if we can come together on those and maybe just respect each other for the other side and just leave them alone.
I thought that was one of the banned words in politics was bipartisan.
It hasn't been happening, and that's one of the things I really appreciate about the Speaker. She flat has come out and said, guys, let's don't act like our federal government. Let's try to do what's best for the state. I agree with her. I think that's why we get along so good. She's straightforward. There's no filter between her brain and her mouth either. And I love it because she just speaks the truth. She's all about policy. She's not about politics. I like that. I love that. And I think that's a fantastic thing. And I think it was hard, probably the first part of the session, for people to understand. It was a little bit division, but I think people are really starting to see it come together. And I just hope we can stay together that way. I really do. So.
Okay. Well, good. Any other thoughts about the current session where you think some things might go, some issues?
I think we'll still can battle those same tax issues about people wanting more. But I think we can, at the end of the day, if we can work on things together and discuss them in a bipartisan fashion, that we can do some great things for the state this time. And
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it if it can happen. But I'm not telling you that it's not going to get ugly before this gets over, because
Yeah, it usually does.
I tell you, last session they said it was one of the toughest sessions in the history of Nevada, and I got an opportunity to participate in it. This looks like it could be one of the best sessions, and if it is, I'm looking forward to that too. So
Well, good. That's kind of encouraging to hear.
optimism and all things. And you know, there's a little saying out there that I think is great. You know, what does it take to pick up this bottle? You know, what does it take to pick that bottle up? You know, it takes two opposing fingers. Opposition in all things is good, so long as you don't have one overriding the other, because then you squish all the stuff out of the middle. But
Oh, that's kind of a good analogy. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, thank you again for your time this afternoon. I appreciate just taking a few minutes to spend with us while you're down here on a break.
and my goal is to come back sometime in the near future, try to set up another town forum when we get to about halfway through the session.
Okay.
We're a third of the way through right now. We want to come back and discuss with the citizens and see where they're at and kind of inform what's going on and where we're really headed, because it'll start coming out quick now. So
Yeah. Okay. Well, everything gets done in the last 48 hours anyway. So.
you have no idea. It was quite the lesson for me. I was a little disappointed that you didn't have an opportunity to talk to the students of Virgin Valley High School and ask them about their trip to.
Oh, I didn't know they went on one.
Well, I think
Shame on them.
I think you need to get with Mr. Whitwer and get his students out here, because that was, to me, I thought it was a great thing. I invited students from the Moapa Valley and the Virgin Valley to come up, and it was, I think it was good. They got time to spend, go to with the Supreme Court, go to the AG's office, got to go to the governor's. Fortunately, he was unfortunate with the Governor's Association that day, so they didn't get to meet the governor, but they met others, the Supreme Court, Pickering, and others. So they spent a couple of days in legislatures, got to see through committee bills. They actually had the opportunity to work on one of my resolutions that it's about St. Thomas, which was really fun for them.
Yeah, that's right. You are going to try to get that passed.
And so I think it's going to get unanimous support, I think, and the children had a great opportunity to work that and tell them why it's important to them. So
Wow, what a great opportunity for them to
And
have.
I think they were surprised at how open legislature is in the state of Nevada. People from the California side said it just blows their mind away when they come to Nevada and see they can walk into somebody's door and talk to somebody. So, and welcome anybody to come up that would like to come and sit sometime.
Okay, great. All right, well, thank you very much, Assemblyman Hardy. I appreciate it.
Thank you.